Hi, welcome to our CWTC Get Connected community podcast to share experiences, promote services and networking and great opportunities available for residents of Oldham. Poverty, inequality and problem debt are deeply interconnected issues that affect millions worldwide. Poverty limits access to essential resources like housing, healthcare and education, often trapping individuals in a cycle of hardship. Inequality exacerbates this by widening the gap between the rich and poor, making it harder for those at the bottom to climb up. We have invited Agatha Phiri from New Economic Foundation, who is working on Power to Prosper campaign to address the social and economic equality. Agatha, welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much for having me.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Looking smart and ready to go and make this campaign very successful.
Yes, we are on the move and we're ready.
Excellent. Agatha, tell our viewers and listeners your career and your progression so far.
So thank you. I did my education in Malawi. I come from Africa. I was a journalist in my country. And obviously I came here and things changed with immigration. My identity, my everything changed. I started again. So now I am a community organizer for New Economic Foundation, running on a Power to Prosper campaign with Running Trust. I also run a project in Zone, Supporting Action for Women's Network. I run my own project. I founded it. It's called Agatha Space. So that's for me for now.
Yeah, and so when did you actually arrive in this country?
In 2009.
Okay, well, you've done very well to get to this stage. Was it a difficult journey to get into this stage?
Yeah, it was really hard. I went through the asylum process and I was in the asylum for 15 years, not 14 years. I just got my decision to stay in this country last year.
Brilliant.
So all my life, this is like literally the beginning of my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, may you do well, and I'm sure you will. You have lots of skills, knowledge, and energy, and particularly to help people as well.
Yeah.
Wonderful. In terms of the problem that arises when people are already struggling to make ends meet, even by taking on extra loans to survive. So how can people really address this debt or the poverty issue?
What we're doing now is to take a wound from one leg to the other.
Okay.
What we need to do is to find the cause of the wound.
Yes.
Why are we in pain? Why are we in poverty?
Yes.
So what we're doing now, yes, we've got community organizations that are supporting people living in poverty, helping to sort out the debt, but it's been ongoing.
Yes.
We need to find out what is the source of poverty and go to the systemic cause of it and then end it.
Yes.
We need to start putting up our hands. We are tired. We are done. We've been living in this for a long time. Now let's find out why we're in so much poverty.
Yes.
Instead of going to, it's okay to go and seek help from organizations because we need help for now.
Yes.
But then as we are seeking help, food banks, everything, let's go down to the system. What is causing all this?
Yeah.
To me, I think that's the right decision.
Yeah, so it's right tackling the roots, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the challenges there, and how we can, address these issues with a systemic change.
Yeah.
These kind of issues of this poverty and debt issues. Do you find one community is more worse off than the other?
Yeah, definitely. Especially those of us migrants from the migrant communities.
Yeah.
Because we've got so much money to pay to Home Office.
Yeah.
And obviously when we come to a new country, we don't know anything. All we think of, okay, when I go there, I'm going to find a job. I'll start paying my bills. I'll do this. My life will change. But when we come here, life is different. It's not like that. You end up to be in more problems than you expected. So you start a life, like for myself, an example. I've been here 15 years. I'm just starting my life now.
Yes.
Now I'm talking about just starting my life. But in the next 1.5 years, I need to find over £10,000 to pay for my immigration fee.
Wow.
Yeah. So you can think of...
Where do you get it from?
Exactly. It means I need to go into debt.
If you're already coming from hardship.
Yeah.
And to pay that kind of money.
Yeah. I've been living on £5 a day for years and years. Now, I've just started my life. I've got a new job now. I'm trying to work in the community, changing my life and other people's lives. in the next 1.5 years, I need to find over £10,000 for my child and for myself to live in this country. Now the question is, where will I get the money from? Ordinary British people cannot find that within 1.5 years, but I am supposed to.
Have to.
All the migrant people who are living in this country on a visa, on situations like mine, they need to find that kind of money. That is an introduction to poverty. That is an introduction to people depending on borrowing money from people.
And it's not always about use and abuse coming to this country. It's about having the input or willing to have an input to improve the economics of the country itself, but having an opportunity for yourself to develop further too.
Yeah. And to have
but with these excessive, financial costs, to be able to apply and remain in the country must be very challenging.
It is very challenging.
Especially when you have children.
Yeah. Single parents. And also when you have no recourse to public funds. Because where would you get this money from? We have families who have children who are in special needs, but they can't go to school because their parents have got no recourse to public funds, and their parents cannot go to work because they're looking after these children. Now we're still talking about poverty. How are these families going to feed themselves, look after their children and everything? So yes, there are specific groups of people in this country that have been in poverty, and if the system doesn't change, that poverty will not change. Yeah.
So when we have specific targeted policies on immigration, for example, and the issues and challenges that you mentioned, I think that needs to be looked at. And obviously every case is different. But certainly for those genuine people who wants to improve not only their lives, but help the wider community as well. I think it needs a much more caring approach, really. A thoughtful approach, I would say.
Mohammed, we pay twice NHS fee. For example, I'm working now, they're taking my tax, going towards NHS. In the same money that I told you I need to find in 1.5 years' time, they will charge me £2,000 NHS fee. I need to pay that.
Wow.
So the question is, why is migrant paying extra money?
Yes.
When we are already paying on tax.
It seems like you've been penalised for coming.
Definitely. It's more like, okay, pay that or go. You know? And we are contributing a lot. We are contributing. There was a woman I was speaking to. I said, what would you want to have? If you can have a magic wand, she said, to have time with my family. Because my husband is going, I'm coming back. He's coming, I'm going. We're just swapping. We don't sit down with our families. In 2024, we shouldn't be having people willing to sit down with their families and have a chat. No. But they're doing that because they want to make ends meet. They're going to look for money, helping the economy of this country to grow, helping in the NHS and everywhere else. But that's what we're doing, just work.
Are you getting the right support you need through these services, through the counsellors even, and to listen to your case?
No, we are not, and so is everyone else. That's why we have this project that are part of Prosper, to try and get to the systems, because the systems are run by the councils, the top people. We need to go there and start looking at, okay, why do we have this? Why do we have this problem? How can we sort it out together?
So in terms of the solutions that we're looking for, including your case, what would you recommend that people who are facing financial difficulties or poverty, what are the solutions for addressing that?
So I'll talk much of our Black African communities, because I'm from African. And the main thing is, once they get a decision to stay in this country, we give up, like, oh, it's okay, we relax. No matter how much challenges they come to us, we're like, okay, as long as they give me a decision. But really, this is why we are here now. This is why poverty is not ending. Because it's about facing the challenges. Personally, I'm the person who looks at a problem. I don't look at it as a problem. I look at it as, how can I resolve it? And that's the mentality we all need to have. We have been challenged by poverty, by social injustice, by racism. We need to challenge them.
And I think it's very much of a society issue. It's not just one community, but it is everybody who is affected by it.
An example of the riots that just happened. We have friends who have British passports, who come from African backgrounds. all these years they were like, I'm British. Now the riots came, they were hiding in the house. I was like, oh, excuse me, you said you were British. Why are you hiding? So that's just a paper. But in reality, we are all unwanted. But we all face the same problems, same poverty, same social injustice, racism. We all need to address these issues. Now, the best is to sit down together, all of us in one room, and start mapping all these problems. What is the source of this problem? What is the source of this financial problem? What is the source of this? And all of us together go to the system that is causing all this problem and find solutions. If it means involving policymakers, if it means involving decision makers, let's do it together as a team if we are really tired of this.
It's basically listening to the community, listening to the your residents of the area, and coming up to these solutions that we're looking for. You mentioned racism, in terms of the social and economic injustices. What do you understand by that? How can you explain a bit more about it? What kind of injustice are we talking about? I know the obvious one is racism, but then the racism also has lots of other strands attached to it, like unemployment, etc., etc. And it's not just about color, race.
Yeah, no. So you're going to agree with me because we are from similar backgrounds. But if you have an Asian name, applying for a job, you are less likely to get it than another person who doesn't have that name.
Do you think you've experienced that?
No, I haven't, but I have a community that have experienced that.
Okay.
Because I work with grassroots organizations and we have people that have experienced that. For me, this is the first job I've had.
Yeah.
Because all this time I've been volunteering. I was in the voluntary sector, but now I'm working, and I haven't experienced that because the first job that I got is this one, professionally. Yeah.
Right.
So they was very accommodating. But I know families, people that have been affected by it. As long as they sound African. Because I've got a friend who ended up changing a name for her to get exactly the same job.
Really?
So we can't really say, oh, you're lifting a race card. But what does that mean?
Well, you can't change your identity for sake of getting a job.
But it did.
That's very unfair.
Yeah, it's so unfair. The question is, why did you not take the very same person when they used a different name? And you're taking the very same person now that they're using a different name. If we say that's not racism, then we're just running away from the truth.
Yeah, sure. So other inequalities that you could mention or come across in gender, health, etc. What do you say?
I'll go back to the asylum system. Right. Like I said, I'm a qualified journalist. I was on TV in my country. I was on news. I was on radio.
Wow.
I came to this country. Straight away, my name changed. Asylum seeker, a service user. I was called anything. Nobody really called me Agatha. Yeah.
Right.
That is another thing. We lose our identity now.
Yeah.
I could work. I could have contributed towards the economy of this country, but I was told you are forbidden to work. Yeah. Instead, I was given £5. I am a mother.
Yeah.
I was living on £5 all these years until now that I'm able to pay to work and provide for my own family. But that is injustice. Yeah. You cannot expect any human being in 2024 where you go to Asda, you have £10, you come out with one thing, and you're paying somebody £5 a day. What do you expect them to buy? To eat what? And this is how I ended up in the charity sector in Son, because I was struggling. And Son was the only place I could go to support me. Yeah. And they supported me. And
they do wonderful work.
Yeah. So, they supported me, and in return, I was like, okay, what can I do to contribute to Son? Yeah. And I started promoting them on social media. Yeah. And then I became a comms person. Yeah. So it was me looking at, okay, they're providing a lot to the community, let me give them back. But it's what made me come there. It was because of economic injustice. Yeah. You can't expect somebody to live on £5 a day. Yeah. Why? How?
Well, obviously there's strong feelings about this, and not just feelings, you've actually experienced it.
Yeah.
And you want to bring that change. Yes. And keeping positive and say, this is my experience, but I want to make that change at policy level and also to support people who are in need. Mm-hmm. Good on you. In terms of the project now, we need to talk about what you're campaigning for. Please tell us a bit more about it.
Yes, thank you. So Power to Prosper, we're focusing on the social and economic injustices within the black and brown communities. Because like I said, we've been living in poverty for a long time, and if we don't take action, we'll be talking, And one thing I don't like is to complain.
You know, one of the things that I would like to change,
Yeah.
and is people start referring to each other by color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's talk about each other in terms of who you are, in terms of your identity.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm African, I'm Pakistani,
okay.
I'm Jewish, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll start it now then.
Exactly.
Change starts now.
Okay.
Okay. I'm African.
Yeah.
So we're
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, we're looking at changing the social and economic injustices within the Asian, if I use that word. It's okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Asian and African communities, or Caribbean communities, because we are the ones affected so much with poverty. Now, like I said, we want to go to this system and find out why. Now, we're calling people from different backgrounds and to come in the same room to participate in a workshop that we're organizing to happen on the 7th of October.
Okay.
So the idea of the workshop is our researchers to listen to our problems, and also themselves, because they've got a lived experience, also to share their experiences as well. Yeah. Now, research happens differently. The researchers that I've been through that put me off was people coming to me, collect data, and I don't know what they do with that information.
Yeah, people normally feel that, you know. So many research is happening and then nothing gets done.
Yeah, I don't see change. I don't hear feedback from them.
Yeah.
But we're saying, no, we're going to work with the communities. We want our voices, all of us, to be heard. So we'll be in the same room with the researchers, share our information, share the details of what we want to find out together. Yeah. And then there'll be a question of, so how do we sort out this? So all of us together, we need to find solutions. Yeah. Our communities' voices are more important.
Yes,
we need to start talking. We need to start speaking. We need to stop avoiding problems that are happening in our communities. Yeah. We need to start addressing them. And only that way we're going to go to the system cause of these problems. Yeah. But if we stay quiet without talking, poverty is not ending. Now let's end it together.
Good. And you have to have the discussions. Whether it's hard talk or not, it doesn't matter, because you're working towards a positive outcome. Yeah. And that's very important. Yeah. And that's a human journey, isn't it? Yeah. These are the challenges of life. Yeah. But as a society, you have to come together at policy level and at in ground level.
Yeah. You can't expect change if you can't talk, if you can't push for that change. Because obviously, if we're talking about the system, it's a bigger picture. And it will take time. Yeah. But if we don't start, that time will not come.
And it creates a better understanding of the diverse communities that we live, that we celebrate. Yeah. And Oldham is a wonderful town. It has people from all over the world, different communities. Yeah. And the way the council, the emergency services handle issues very professionally, and everybody comes together with this interfaith organization, community organizations, everybody together, action together, as recently we're on the dot with getting everybody together and making things happen for each other, because we're all together. Yes. On issues we must come all together, and then just enjoy life, really. Yes. Oh, okay. So in terms of anything else that you want to add that we possibly have missed?
Yeah, I just want communities to come up together, really. Yeah. And we need to have that spirit of, I've surrendered now. We just need to go to the bottom of this. What is causing poverty? Yeah. And if we have the spirit of giving up, personally, I don't give up. I keep on pushing. Good. Because that's what has taken me to be here.
We should never give up.
No, we shouldn't.
We have work placements here. We have social prescribing here at our place. Yeah. And the difference that we've been able to make between each other, is tremendous. Yeah. Never give up. Keep going. That's it. But it's important to know where you can get the support from. Yeah. And that's where the voluntary sector comes in. The health and social care services come in, community support services come in. So the help is there. Yeah. But where to get it, that's what we're here for.
Yeah. There's always help. But like I said, the help that's there for now is for now. Yeah. But we are looking for long-term solutions. Yes, that our children, the future generation, will be like, okay, our families were here and they fought for us to be living this life. They did it for us and we are doing it now. So we just need to come out and do it. Hamid, right now, yes, Oldham is amazing, but if you look at how much poverty is within us, there's so much poverty, so much homelessness, me included. I am homeless. So with everything that I've been doing, with everything I'm doing in the community, but I can't find a house. I can't find somewhere to live. Not that I cannot pay, but there are no houses. So that's part of poverty.
Real solution, real challenges.
There are real challenges, and we need to look for real solutions as well.
Good.
So we are people living with lived experiences. We have lived that life. Now we're like, you know what? I've lived it. Instead of me saying, okay, now that I'm working, let me focus on myself, let me build my empire. I'm like, no, they're my sisters, they're my brothers somewhere, still experiencing the same life that I was experiencing 14 years ago. Now let's come up together.
Lovely.
And sort this out.
Great message, Agatha. And we are there for you. This organization is, anytime that you need us to support your campaign and your good causes, we're here. What do you think of our place, our studio?
This is an amazing place.
Thank you.
Very, very amazing. And I was just looking outside on one of the banners where it said we offer free services, and all the services that are there. I'm like, if I had to go somewhere, I'll pay loads and loads of money to access this. But here you're providing them for free. And the communities in Oldham, we are really grateful to have you. I'm doing this, I didn't pay anything. Also, this is a lived experience. And you're providing so much services to the community. And I hope the community will embrace this and take it to their advantage and make use of it. The skills that you're offering there, they're amazing.
Thank you. Well, this is why we need to value the voluntary sector more. If you only knew the value in kind, millions of pounds that we bring in into the borough, and how we support the lot of the infrastructure. It's amazing. But thank you very much for coming, and hope you've enjoyed the discussion. But importantly, please support Agatha with her project in the campaign. Take part in the consultation. We will have a contact at the bottom of the screen. Please get in contact with her, and also don't forget to contact CWTC with great opportunities. Hope to see you soon. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.